Venerable brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, today the topic is the true Dhamma. Why I chose this topic is because it is very important if you want to practice the Dhamma that you investigate properly and practice the real stuff. Because as you know, recently all this publicity about that film, Da Vinci Code, it has not only this book, Da Vinci Code, there are other books also written recently by scholars. It has overturned a lot of beliefs that they had about Christianity, that Holy Mary was a virgin, that Jesus Christ helped this prostitute called Mary Magdalene, when in fact actually now they say that it is his wife. So how is it for 2,000 years they did not realize this? Because they did not take the trouble to investigate. So people believe blindly for 2,000 years, and then suddenly now people are saying different things. So it has come as a shock to many people, especially Christians. Those beliefs that they had suddenly overturned. So it is the same with Buddhism. If we practice the Dhamma without investigating properly, then after many years you may find that what you believed in actually was groundless, was not true. So nowadays, it is a long time since the Buddha was here, 2,500 over years. So there is a lot of wrong teachings found in the Dhamma. And so to investigate what is the real Buddha's teachings, we should go back to the source, to the earliest discourses of the Buddha. In the suttas, the discourses of the Buddha, one of the sayings of the Buddha is, be a lamp unto yourselves, be a refuge unto yourselves, with no other refuge. Take the Dhamma as your lamp, take the Dhamma as your refuge, with no other refuge. So, you should rely on yourself and rely on the Buddha's Dhamma, the true Dhamma of the Buddha. Nowadays, a lot of people don't understand. They go around looking for a good teacher. So sometimes after following that Ho for many years, you get disappointed. Like myself, I followed Ho for 9 years, and after 9 years I was totally disappointed. So that's why the Buddha said, depend on yourself and depend on the Dhamma. Now what is the Dhamma? In another sutta, the Buddha said, if such a certain monk says that such and such is the Buddha's teaching, in other words, his interpretation of the Buddha's teaching is such and such, then the Buddha said, don't accept it and don't scorn it also, don't reject it also. The Buddha said, compare what he teaches with the suttas, and for the monks also with the Vinaya. And the Buddha said, if it agrees with the suttas, then you can accept it as the Buddha's teachings. If it does not agree with the suttas, then the Buddha said, reject it. It is not the Buddha's teachings. So I give you some examples. We know that there is this story about the Buddha, that he cultivated the paramis for many, many lifetimes. It is said to be 4 asankheya kapas, and 100 Mahakapas. 1 kappa is a world cycle, which is supposed to be extremely long. So long, the Buddha said, that it is very hard to imagine how long it is. So, asankhya kappas means uncountable world cycles. And they say for 4 uncountable world cycles and 100 great world cycles, the Buddha cultivated the paramis until he perfected the paramis. Then only he could become a Buddha. And then they base this on the Jataka stories. The stories about the Buddha in his past life being born as a deer, or as a rabbit, or as Sankanchil, etc. And if we examine these Jataka tales, we find that in these tales it is said that when the Bodhisattva was a deer or a rabbit, etc., he could speak like a human being and act like a human being. Have you ever heard an animal speak? I have never heard an animal speak. So can you believe that an animal can speak? And then some of these stories are so ridiculous. For example, he said, when our Bodhisattva was born as a rabbit, he wanted to perfect his parami of giving, generosity. So there was a hunter who came into the forest to hunt. And he hunted the whole day and he couldn't hunt any animal. Didn't shoot any animal. So in the evening when he was preparing his dinner, his pot was boiling water, but there's no meat to cook. So he was very hungry. So it is said in the Jataka story that the Bodhisattva, as that rabbit, he jumped into the boiling water in the pot and sacrificed his life for the hunter to eat. Can you believe rabbit so smart, so good-hearted? If he was so smart and good-hearted, he would not be born as a rabbit, isn't it? And then also like the story about the Bodhisattva in the past life, where he saw the tiger so hungry that it had no milk to give the cubs. So the Bodhisattva, from the top of the hill, he jumped down, committed suicide so that he could feed the tiger. This type of story sounds very nice, but it goes against logic. How can somebody commit suicide to feed a tiger? Firstly, if you feed the tiger is used to eating human meat. Tomorrow he'll look for another human to eat. But the main point is it goes against the Buddha's teaching. Why? In the Buddha's Discourses, the Buddha said, a wise person's offering or charity must not harm other living beings and must not harm yourself. So for example, if you want to offer, you want to cook some chicken for a monk, you cannot go to the market and order a live chicken to be slaughtered to feed the monk. Now, if the monk knows that you ordered a live chicken, then he would not eat the meat. It's not allowed. So in the same way, for this, in this story where the Bodhisattva committed suicide to feed the tiger, it also goes against the Buddha's teachings. If he actually did that, then he will make either his wife suffer a lot, or his parents suffer to know that he committed suicide to feed the tiger. Also the Vesantara Jataka, where it is said that our Bodhisattva in his past life, he gave away his wife and his 2 children to a merciless beggar who beat them. So he did this just to perfect his parami of giving. Don't you think that's very selfish? Just because he wants to perfect his parami, he must make his wife suffer, must make his children suffer. Goes against logic. If you tell this to a Christian, he'll laugh at you. What a silly Buddhism you are teaching.